Welcome to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Thank you for joining us. We start the show with a historic summit that will take place in our county on June 16th. The first White House Hispanic Community Action Summit in the state of Maryland happens at Blair High School. Councilmember Nancy Navarro has taken leadership organizing the event that will engage high-ranking White House officials and the Hispanic community. Councilmember Nancy Navarro is inviting the county's Hispanic community to participate in the first of its kind White House Hispanic Community Action Summit.
Maryland has really, truly grown in terms of its Latino population. So this is really a day for the community. It's the open space method, which it means that the community sets the agenda within some topics that have been identified nationally as being important, of course, education, the economic recovery, health, and immigration. And so the White House will bring top-level officials that will literally sit down and listen to the community about issues, recommendations, problems, challenges that we can both address at the local level, state level, and federal level.
The White House organizes these grassroots events in states with increased percentages of Hispanic population. The information compiled in the Open Agenda Forum will be part of a report that goes back to President Obama and federal agencies.
The number one concern for the Latino community in the area of immigration, of course, is immigration reform. Within that, we have issues, for example, like the DREAM Act. I think that the more the community expresses its desires, its concerns, its suggestions, the more that we see that it's the same exact feedback that you're getting throughout the country, I believe that then builds momentum and it builds a lot of support for our president and the administration to seriously consider these very important issues and move forward with some actual action.
The summit will take place on Saturday, June 16th at Blair High School starting at 8:30 in the morning. Everyone is invited, but registration is required. To register, visit nancynavarro.net. Montgomery County's Office of Consumer Protection has issued its 2011 annual report in celebration of 40 years of service to consumers and businesses in Montgomery County. The office was formed in 1971 to eliminate consumer fraud and deceptive and unfair trade practices.
Well, right now, the number one category of complaints is actually towing. Trespass towing, non-consensual towing is our number one category. Home improvement fraud is second to that. We've been working with the state's attorney's office to actually put unlicensed home improvement contractors in jail. One of our biggest challenges is maintaining our staff. We have dwindling staff. We've suffered budget cuts for the last 3 or 4 years, but fortunately we have 5 attorneys on staff. We have a certified automotive technician, an auto expert on staff, so we're trying our best to rely upon our dedicated team of volunteers, interns, and work together to try and help all the consumers and businesses in Montgomery County.
The Office of Consumer Protection licenses various retail businesses, has the authority to issue civil citations and administrative subpoenas, and mediates thousands of disputes. The annual report is available online. For more information, call 240-777-3636 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/consumer. The County Council has held a series of briefings addressing some of the most significant issues confronting this county and its future. The Shaping Our Future, Adapting to Change series this week focused on transportation, and our Susan Kennedy was there for the forum. Susan?
Most folks here in Montgomery County agree about the need to reduce congestion on our roadways. Over the next 2 decades, there are big plans in the pipeline to expand transit service here, and council members heard from some local experts about how to best fulfill those needs and priorities. For more than 30 years, Montgomery County's transit system has consisted of MARC train, Metrobus, and Metro Rail. But the arrival of the Purple Line, Quarter Cities Transitway, and Bus Rapid Transit will dramatically change how folks get around.
We need to get people out of their cars to improve our quality of life, to relieve the congestion, to improve our environmental footprint, and to create economic development opportunities for our county that is so critical to provide the services we want to provide.
Our recommendations going forward.
Speaking on behalf of the Coalition for Smarter Growth, Stuart Schwartz told the council these 3 transit projects are critical to the economic vitality of the county.
You have more young workers in the millennial cohort and downsizing empty nesters and retirees who are demanding these types of communities and flocking to them, as we're seeing here in Washington, in the Washington, D.C. area.
Recently, the council approved funding for both the Capitol Crescent Trail along the proposed Purple Line, as well as money for a second entrance to the Bethesda Metro Station. Both important commitments for future funding from the state and federal government.
While some have opposed these capital budget items as merely symbolic, we salute you for including them because it gives our partner funders at the state and federal levels a clear sign that the county is committed to the project.
The Quarter Cities Transitway would run from Shady Grove Road to Clarksburg via Gaithersburg and Germantown. Officials told council members this project is key in creating more jobs in the Up County.
And perhaps one day people would actually think about taking the metro to the Up County to get on the CCT, to go to the jobs in the Up County, to have that reverse commute. And that's what the CCT is about.
Officials at the briefing said they plan to lobby for more transportation dollars during the second special session of the General Assembly that's set to take place later this summer. I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
The council held another of its informal lunch meetings with the County Planning Board.
The biggest planning or land use issue that will probably be before us has to do with accessory apartments. Should we make it a little easier for people to have accessory apartments in their homes? It's attracted a fair amount of attention. And so hopefully we will be getting something from the planning board soon on this, and we'll have a housing conversation.
The city of Gaithersburg is looking to annex close to 28 acres of land near Route 355 and Shady Grove Road, and that has officials in the City of Rockville concerned. The property currently includes a commercial enterprise owned by Sears. The City of Rockville proposes the annexation because of the potential uses Gaithersburg may consider, specifically residential development.
Our main issue with properties in that vicinity are that they not be residential because it's right next to the solid waste transfer station. And the last thing we want are residents saying, oh, this is too smelly, this is too noisy, move it. That's a classic community issue, and we do not want that to happen out in Shady Grove because we have no plans to move the transfer station.
The council has conducted a public hearing on a measure that would require utility companies to submit a vegetation management plan to the county. Some county residents say trees in the neighborhoods have been aggressively trimmed by utility companies. The bill's sponsors say this measure would protect the tree canopy while allowing the utilities to do their job.
A lot of people feel that the tree cutting has been done almost like in revenge. That, you know, the county made an issue out of Pepco's reliability. Pepco blames everything on the trees, even though the studies indicate that it has to do with their lack of investment in infrastructure and a bunch of other things. And so they're going out and cutting the trees, and basically it may be a decade, if ever, if the trees ever grow back. I mean, people are just really upset about the tree cutting. And this just basically says they have to file the plan they're filing with the state, with the county, and it gives us a little bit more protection when they go do the trimming.
When we come back, the City of Rockville has a new city clerk. We'll tell you who that is. And a local athlete will be participating in the Olympic Games. We'll be right back.
History comes alive during Heritage Days weekend, June 23rd and 24th. Discover Montgomery County's historical treasures during this free countywide event. The two-day festival offers visitors an opportunity to sample numerous sites representing the history, culture, and natural beauty of Montgomery County. Join us for Heritage Days, June 23rd and 24th from noon to 4 p.m. all over Montgomery County. For more information, call 301-515-0753 or go to www.heritagemontgomery.org.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Lorna Virgili. Rockville recently named its new clerk, Doug Barber. Rockville 11 had the chance to sit down with Barber to see how he's enjoying his new role in Rockville.
Office of the City Clerk, this is Doug. May I help you?
Formerly the city clerk of Hyattsville, Doug Barber has been working in city government for most of his life.
Well, I started in the city of Hyattsville when I was 15, working in the Parks Department, and I cut grass for the first summer, and then slowly moved my way into the Recreation Department, and then into the administrative offices, and then became clerk in 2002, and was there until now. Well, I just think that with my experience as a city clerk, that I understand the role as a city clerk, and that I can integrate my experiences with what currently is being done in Rockville.
Barber wants residents to know that he's available and wants your feedback.
I'm open. Please give me a call. I want public people input if they would like something or need something to call the clerk's office. I come from a background where the door is always open, so I want people to feel like I'm willing to talk and discuss things and open to input.
Thank you. For more information on the city clerk's office, go online to rockvillemd.gov and search City Clerk.
Bethesda kayaker Scott Parsons has been selected for a third time to compete in the Olympics in men's kayaking. We recently caught up with Scott at the Dickerson Whitewater training course where he prepared for the Olympic trials.
At times I've gotten burned out, and I was fortunate enough to make the Olympic team in 2008, and afterwards was kind of burned out, and it just wasn't very fun, and I kind of forgot why I loved it. I'm still not exactly sure if I can tell you why I love it, but I knew at that point that I didn't. And then after about a year or so of just kind of paddling with no real goals and just coming out and doing slalom for the fun of it with no pressure, I guess I realized I kind of love it allows me to be an individual. It's somewhat expressive. I love training. I love the physical pain. I love pushing myself. It's seeing what my own limits are, trying to push through those limits. Getting nervous at events and being nervous before the Olympics or the World Championships. There's nothing else that I've found in my life that sort of compares to that. So that nervousness is really neat.
Darnestown's Caroline Quinn narrowly secured her first Olympic team slot in the women's event, edging longtime friend Ashley Nee, also of Darnestown. Here's Tom Pogue from the county's Department of Transportation with an update on a bike share grant that will start rolling in our communities. Tom?
Hi, I'm Tom Pogue, Community Relations Manager for the Department of Transportation. Here's an update for Montgomery County. MCDOT has been awarded a $1 million grant from the Maryland Department of Transportation for a bike sharing system serving Friendship Heights, Bethesda, the Medical Center metro area, Tacoma Park, and Silver Spring. In addition, during its regular session, the Maryland Legislature approved a bill that will provide a $250,000 bond to the bike share program. The grant and bond will help pay for 50 bike sharing stations and 350 bikes. The bike share stations would be integrated with the Capital Bike Share system in Arlington and Washington. It will focus on connecting Metro Rail stations with employment, residential, and commercial activity centers. Bikes may be picked up at one location and returned to another. Trips under 30 minutes are included in the membership fee, while longer trips are charged based on their duration. DOT has already obtained a federal grant for 20 bike share stations to serve portions of the City of Rockville and the county's Life Sciences Center near Shady Grove. For more information about bike sharing, go to montgomerycountymd.gov/MCDOT. We're working to keep you moving.
When we come back, MCPS wrapped up the school year. And we'll tell you how to keep those youngsters engaged in positive activities during the summer months. We'll be back. Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Lorna Virgili. During the last day of school on Tuesday, June 12th, students across the county celebrated academic milestones and looked forward to some summer fun.
We're ready for the summer! Woo!
Schools across MCPS celebrated the last day of school with award assemblies, moving up ceremonies, and parties to recognize the academic accomplishments reached during the school year.
This is a special day for students and teachers every year because it's a moving on. There is a bittersweet air, but there's also a celebration because you've been part of that growth.
I'm gonna miss this school. It had lots of changes on me. I'm excited about middle school because I get my own locker. I'll miss my teachers.
To my teachers here, I'd like to say thank you for everything that you've done for me, and it's been a really great time with you.
It was awesome. I love my teacher. My teacher was very nice.
Students reflected on their learning and memories made.
I did the play here and Hershey Park, which was a lot of fun for all 8th graders.
And I really like science because we got to dissect beads and dissect flowers.
What I'm most proud of this year is I got straight A's.
Students also shared their summer plans to include earning student service learning hours.
This summer I'm going to West Virginia, and in Berkeley Springs where I'm going to repair houses.
This summer I'm going to the beach.
One thing I'm going to do this summer is math packets and reading packets.
My sister has a whole shelf full of books, and I'm going to read all those by the end of the summer.
So I'm dog sitting this summer, which is exciting, and then I get my permit and I get to start driving.
At Sherwood Elementary School, retiring Principal Jerry Perlette took part in his final last day of school events to include his school's 5th grade clap-out tradition.
Well, one of the special things we do for our 5th graders is something we call the clap out, and all the students and parents line the hallways, and then our 5th graders walk through the hallways with everybody cheering and giving them high fives and clapping them out. Well, this is my last day in MCPS, and I'm retiring after 38 years, and it's been a great time. I've been telling everyone it's like an e-ride at Disney World, and e-rides, for those of you who don't know, are the best rides in the amusement park, and so I think the MCPS has been a real e-ride for me.
School's out for summer! Woo!
The rainy day did not dampen spirits as fond farewells and thoughts were imparted.
We send you off to high school knowing that you're prepared for the challenges that lie ahead.
The advice that I give my babies when they move on to high school is that they always remain true to themselves.
It's like, I have mixed emotions right now. Like, I'm sad and happy at the same time.
It's been wonderful. Met a lot of great kids, watched them grow physically and emotionally and academically. It's been a wonderful school year.
In case you missed it last week, the Venus Transit occurred, and Montgomery College was there to help locals witness it. Here's the story.
On Tuesday, June 5th, a small crowd gathered in a parking lot at Montgomery College to catch a glimpse of an uncommon event.
I have come here to see the Venus Transit.
And for what that is exactly.
This is the transit of Venus, and what's happening is Venus is moving between us and the sun. So it's like a little mini eclipse. It'll take over 6 hours to totally cross the sun.
Transits of Venus are extremely rare. In fact, since the invention of the telescope, only 6 have happened. So everything was all set. A special telescope was there for people to look into. Solar viewing glasses were passed around. People showed up in numbers. But, as luck would have it, so did the clouds.
I didn't get such a great view, but I saw a little bit of the sun.
I'm a photographer, so I was really interested in it, and kind of sad that I'm not seeing it.
It's nice to get out and do something interesting and check out.
Wish we were in Hawaii where we could see it.
Luckily, NASA was onto that idea and televised live images from their telescopes in Hawaii. Over in the campus center, people watched it on the big screen and personal devices to get a good look. What they discovered is a number of things have to occur to make this cosmic event happen.
Earth's orbit and Venus's orbit are tilted relative to one another, about 3.4 degrees. So normally Earth and Venus aren't completely lined up. It's only when Venus is at that node where Earth's orbit and Venus orbits cross that we would have the opportunity for a transit. And also it has to be that the sun is lined up too, so that Venus will appear to cross the sun's surface.
As for when we'll see another Venus transit,
I don't really know, but it's a long time from now. I'll be dead.
For a more scientific answer, we'll go back to the expert.
The next transit won't be until 2117. The transits occur in pairs, and they're over 100 years apart. We had a transit in 2004, now it's 2012, so that's our pair. There'll be another pair in 2117.
We told you last week that the county's Department of Recreation summer camps and programs are in full swing. They offer both full and half-day programs conveniently located throughout the county and at affordable rates. For those families that are participants of any financial assistance program through the Department of Health and Human Services, the children can obtain scholarships to participate in the summer camps.
The Department of Recreation is responsible for carrying out over 68 camps across the county. We have sports camps, we have specialty camps, we have camps literally for everybody's interests, and we have camps for kids as young as the age of 4 all the way through the age of 16. And they're not just located within our community centers, but they're also located in schools as well. So there literally is something for everybody.
Registration for summer camp financial assistance opens on June 19th. If interested, visit montgomerycountymd.gov/rec. When we come back, we will take you to the world of magic. And the Humane Society wants you to adopt a pet from the county's shelter. We'll be right back.
MC student Leslie Flores has been awarded a Jack Kent Cook Foundation Transfer Scholarship that will provide up to $30,000 each year for tuition and expenses at the four-year school of her choice. She is one of 50 community college students selected nationwide for the prestigious honor. Two MC students, Mai Din and Stephanie Conchu, received full scholarships to the National Conference for College Women Student Leaders by the Gaithersburg chapter of the American Association of University Women. The students were selected because of their outstanding community leadership and academic achievements. MC's Rockville campus math team has won the 4th annual math tournament at PG Community College. Competing against 11 other colleges, the MC students were the first team to correctly answer 10 challenging problems.
Welcome back to County Report this week. I'm Lorna Virgili. It's one of the biggest magic shops in the country and the only one of its kind in Montgomery County. But next month, Barry's Magic Shop is going to disappear, and this is no trick. After 38 years in the business, magician Barry Taylor tells MCM's Sonia Burke how economics and the internet have impacted his retail business.
I'm Sonia Burke at Barry's Magic Shop in Rockville, a gathering place for local magicians. But next month, it's all going to be gone. This is no illusion. Magician Barry Taylor is closing his large store along Nicholson Lane in mid-July.
I got parents coming in and say, I was here, my dad took me, now I'm bringing my kids. And so it's a unique memory, which is not like any of the other stores.
Customers say they're going to miss this magical shop.
I was quite saddened. As you get older, it's like certain things just get ripped out of your life. And this is one of them, because Barry and I have been friends for as long as I've been in magic, as a matter of fact.
They all come in, no, don't, we can't, you gotta stay, we will miss you, The people are great.
And as his liquidation sale is underway, Barry the Magician plans to keep on performing.
Banquets, corporate functions, just birthday parties for adults or kids, picnics, alleyways, wherever they'll pick a card.
He even got us into the act.
You're gonna help me, all right? Just wave your hands. Go ahead, wave your hands, say presto.
Presto.
Whoa. Oh my God, you are good.
Although he's traveled the world and performed for the famous, the history of his shop remains close to his heart.
38 years we've done it, And in some respects, like we talked about the internet, there's so many internet sites now that, like I say, people don't come to this magic shop as much anymore.
For more information about Barry's Magic Shop, visit the store's website.
When you can offer some thrilling experience to someone, that is truly magic.
In Rockville, I'm Sonia Burke reporting.
Now let's go to Kathy Stanhope from the Humane Society to meet an adoptable bird named Zero in our Pet of the Week segment.
Hi, this is Kathy Stanhope with your Pet of the Week at the Montgomery County Humane Society, and we have something very special this week. This is Zero. It's kind of an unfortunate name, but we've named him Zero because we really don't know anything about him. He came in as a stray, but we do know that he is the most adorable little sun conure. He's very friendly, he's very sweet, and I guess someone took him out for a little sun, which is good for birds, but he must have gotten away, and we don't know who his owners are, so he's up for adoption now. Like I said, we don't know how old he is, but he seems to be a young bird, and he's very friendly. He knows the up command, and he likes to be pet. He likes to have his little back scratched, and as you can see, he is absolutely beautiful. He's a nice little guy. But remember, birds are a little bit harder than some people think. They need a lot of attention, and they're flock animals, so you really can't adopt someone like this and then just put them in a cage and forget about them. Birds like attention. When they're out in the wild, they live in flocks. They're not loners. So they like a lot of attention. They like a lot of company. They develop bad habits if you leave them to themselves too much. So they like the attention and they like the camaraderie, right? Don't you? Yes, you're a real cutie. So if you're interested in a bird and you do have some bird experience, come on down to the shelter and meet Zero and give him a better name because this bird is anything but a zero. And he really wants to go home with someone because he'd like to find a new loving home. Like I said, he likes company. So come visit us up the web at mchumane.org or give us a call at 240-773-5967 and come meet this little friend, and you might go home with a new little buddy because he's a real love.
Ever wonder how to transfer plants to a bigger pot? Here are our friends at Brookeside Gardens to teach us how to do it safely.
Hi, I'm Kathy Stevens, Conservatory Manager at Brookeside Gardens, and last time I talked to you about how to make the transition from having your plants inside the house to having them outside of the house during the summer. This week I want to talk to you about putting your plants in a larger pot in the spring so that they have lots of room to grow during the summer and reduce your need to water them so often. Giving them a bigger pot will allow you to reduce the frequency that you have to water them because come July and August you don't want to have to be watering your plants twice a day. If you move them up into a bigger pot, they have a little extra soil volume that will hold some water and you can reduce the watering needs. Also, a bigger root system will support more growth of the top of your plant, which is what you want because you want them to grow, produce flowers, produce more leaves and stems, and just thrive over the summer.
With that, we close this edition of County Report this week. Remember to like us on Facebook and to join us at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Lorna Virgili, and thank you for watching.